best. You got him for a breast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network for more action with the Extreme Motorsports 99 tonight. We are live at Rockingham Speedway for the Napa Auto Parts 150 for round 9 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co with Jason Allison. I am your commentator, Sean Zulu. I am joined by my good friend and producer, Dave Everly. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great. How you doing tonight, Sean?
Oh, I am doing good too, thank you. Doing well and pumped up for tonight's race at Rockingham Speedway, a track I have not been on ever. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, but practice looked very well, very good, with a bunch of bumps out there for the drivers to avoid, try and avoid getting into the wall. But Dave, tell us a little bit about tonight's race, please.
Well, Sean, as you said, we are here in Rockingham at the Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina. It is a 1 mile oval track. Taking a look at tonight's weather, we have 78 degrees with a track temperature of 108 degrees. Partly cloudy with the wind out of the north at 2 miles an hour.
Yep, 108 degree track Fahrenheit, 108 degree Fahrenheit track temperature, not the prettiest. That will come with a lot of tire wear, but it's going to make things very interesting. Might make some drivers lose some tight, just depending on their driving styles. And as usual, they have a 50% fuel limit. That is 50%. So that gives us at least 2 to 3 required pit stops in order for the drivers to be able to make the full length of the race, 90 laps. Well, maybe not. It's a mile track. So this is a very fast track. The drivers are running 22 to 23 second lap time. So maybe a maximum of 2 pit stops just might be required. Well, just a recap from last week's race, the Pit Light 125 at Kentucky Speedway. We had Ralph Vanderforst bring it home for his first win of the season. Ralph Vanderforst, that is Mr. High Side this season with the Pro Can-N Series. Hunter McDaniel came out second. Marty Ray third. Joshua Gillen fourth. Giuseppe Higuera, a new driver. He was a new driver last week at Kentucky. He did finish in 5th place for his first race of the season. What an appearance. The 19 of Andy Starcher, 6th. 34, David Schneer, 7th. The 10 of Caleb Daniels, 8th. The 47 of Dirk Staliker did finish 9th, and Michael Snow did round up the top 10. And in that race, Ralph Vanderforst did qualify on the pole. He took the first place practice time and also led us to a first green flag lap. The award did claim a lot of drivers as the cars became very pushy, or I should say ever pushy or tight in the long run, which did shoot those cars up into the wall because the race conditions were changing with every single lap and so many battles throughout the whole entire track. And track position, once again, was very key because we talked about how we only had 2 more races before the chase, and now we had 3 more races, but now we have 2 more races before the chase. So this one and the next one next week, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Well, moving on to our current season standings, Hunter McDaniel taking over the season standings. I remember Pat T last week talking about how Hunter McDaniel has grown on the racetrack here this season with the K&N series, and that is now showing because once again he has taken the season standings lead away from Cody McFadden. Ralph Vanderforst taking over second. Ralph Vanderforst did go from 3rd to 2nd. Marty Ray goes from 4th to 3rd, and Cody McFadden being bumped down from the lead in points down to 4th place starting this week after missing only 1 race last week at Kentucky. And Travis Pryor finishing 5th, currently 5th in points. The 5, Gary Woolbot 6th, 97 of Garrett Robinson 7th, 05, Tommy Amasi 8th, Adam Eisenhower 9th, and David Schneer back in the top 10 and currently rounding up the top 10 and going back to Travis Pryor. He had a rough race, but he did propel in the truck series after having a bad one last week in the Pro Can-Am series. Well, so far gridding has now begun, so we will give the drivers a few seconds before we go down the starting order. And we see you guys there in the chat. Thank you for watching. RD Nation. Ryan Daniels is racing tonight. Timothy Petito, good to see you, buddy. Congratulations on your 7th win at Dega and your 5th big win at Kansas. Connor Cunningham rooting for the TSRCTV. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that paint scheme out there. Let's see who else. Timothy Petito as usual, and Sweetie 200-409 rooting for Andrew Riley. And so far, that's all in the chat. And ladies and gentlemen, let us know you are in the chat and let us know who you are rooting for. Well, going over tonight's starting order, tonight's grid 65, Marty Ray taking over tonight's grid. The 10 of Caleb Daniel starting 2nd. Garrett Robinson, the fastest driver in practice, starting 3rd. The 48 of Christopher Smith, 4th. Last week's winner, Ralph Vanderforst, starting 5th. Adam Eisenhower, rough season here in points, being shown 9th starting tonight's race. Will be starting 6th in the grid. Cody McFadden back from vacation, starting 7th. Hunter McDaniel, new points leader, 8th. 95, Chris Gillum, 2nd race for him tonight, starting 9th. And the 40 of Joshua Gillen rounding up the top 10. The 13 of Ryan W. Daniels with OSR Network starting 11th. 81 Travis Pryor 12th, 59 of David White 13th, 31 of Andrew Riley 14th, 72 of Brian Wasserman 15th, 88 of Brandon Slaw 16th, the 36 of Jason Eisenhower 17th, 47 of Dirk Staliker 18th, all 5 Tommy Amasi 19th, and the 25 Timothy McBrayer in the 20th place spot. 42 Giuseppe Guerra 21st, 2nd race for him here tonight. The 5 Gary Woolbot 22nd, and the 19 of Andy Starcher in the 23rd place spot. And further down the list, we do have some drivers not racing. John Hilston, Vern Bradley, Mason Wetzel, but below them, Joe White, Don Kidder, and Rick Mason rounding up the rest of the field, which is going to give us about a 26 car field here tonight, starting for Rockingham Speed with the Napa Auto Parts 150 for round number 9, right before the chase begins. Next week will be the last race, final race of the regular season. Well, going back up front, Marty Ray now leading them, entering turn number 4 this time by. Might have one more pace lap, but if not, we are going green this time by. Yep, the pace car dips off. Marty Ray still holding pace with the green flag flies open down the floor. They do catch him off guard. check up on the outside line. 48, Christopher Smith had to back off the 10 of Caleb Daniels, who was caught sleeping. And Daniels will pay the price. Wrecking rate 48, Christopher Smith goes sideways. More contact, 95, Chris Gillum involved. They are wrecking, entering turn number 1. Hunter McDaniel involved in this mix. 31, Andrew Riley got a piece of the action. Let's back up on 48 of Christopher Smith and see what happened.
Well, as we pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay here, we are going to take a look at what happened here. Trying to find Christopher Smith here, but focusing right now on the... Oh, he just got slammed there. So let's take a look back here and rewind it here. Take another look here. Coming into turn 1. Oh, made contact with the 66 of Ralph Vandervorst. As you said, the 95 also involved there. But everybody trying to get around there, but yep. That is going to be, that's going to hurt some drivers.
Oh, yep, it will. It has hurt a lot of drivers, and man, this track is very narrow, Dave. So having a wreck like that is a bad thing for drivers. We saw many drivers who were almost able to avoid that, but could not help but get into it. Hunter McDaniel being one of the drivers, 86 of Adam Eisenhower being one of the drivers, Chris Gillum himself, 31 Andrew Riley, and Andrew Riley did get the worst end of that deal. He is smoking down pit road as we speak, but the good thing is not to worry, ladies and gentlemen. He does have, I should say, they do have 2 backup machines, so they should be able to stay in it to win it here for the long run. 90 laps this race length is. And Dave, I believe I have found one of the TSRC TV paint schemes. 31, Andrew Riley rocking that paint scheme for Connor Cunningham there in the chat. Very good to see you there, Connor. And going back up from the top 5 is as follows. Marty Ray still leading. Garrett Robinson 2nd, Caleb Daniels 3rd, Ralph Vandervorst 4th, and Adam Eisenhower in the 5th place spot. And Ralph Vandervorst did get a piece of the action, but by looks of it, he will still stay out. It's not too bad, actually. It's just a little bit of a ding in the right front on the hood, but it's not too bad. It should be able to still stay in it to win it. But once again, this is a very fast track, ladies and gentlemen. So the laps will go by at a very, very fast rate. In practice, they were running 22 to 23 second lap times. The fastest qualifying time at 22.631 by our current leader, the 65 of Marty Ray. And Dave, we have some drivers new to the top 10 already here on lap number 4. The 13 of Ryan Daniels being shown 9th from 11th. The 88 of Brandon Slaw from the 16th place to the 10th place position. So far has gained the most spots by the looks of it. Yeah, Brandon Slaw has gained 6 spots this far, and it's only lap number 4. So he still has a long way to go to try and catch up to the leaders up there. And Dave, unfortunately for Ralph Vandervorst, this is a very bumpy track. So the high side, Dave, just might not be the best place tonight.
Well, Sean, I honestly can't tell you. I've never really raced here. I've turned some laps here. It is a bumpy track. It is a tricky track. So it's going to be a learning experience just for me, just like it is with you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But in practice, what I saw, most drivers were going to the bottom because that's where the banking is deeper. And the deeper the banking, the more the rotation, or the easier the rotation is. So the outside line just might be very pushy. And that what does really sneak up on these drivers on the exit. So they're gonna have to be extra careful at that point. And we are now back 1 to green here on this lineup. Marty Ray with the help of the 10 of Caleb Daniels right behind him on the inside line. On the outside is the 97 of Garrett Robinson, fastest driver in practice, and behind him is the 66, means the high side himself, Ralph Vandervorst. Gonna see exactly how he adapts to the very bumpy track here tonight. We are entering turn 3, going green. This time by. Well, Dave, do the honors.
Well, as the pace car now brings him out of turn number 4, it is going to be making that hard left. There he goes, down on pit road. 65, Marty Ray hard on that gas, catches the 97 of Garrett Robinson sleeping. Now the 10 of Caleb Daniels has challenged Garrett Robinson for 2nd place as they are side by side coming into turn 1. Garrett Robinson propels on that outside, is able to maintain that 2nd position, while Ralph Vandervorst right there in 4th, and Cody McFadden rounding out your top 5.
Even further back in the pack, Adam Eisenhower right now trying to catch the 81 of Travis Pryor, but he does have the 88 of Brandon Slow right behind him. The caution flies on lap number 6. Looks like it was further back in the pack, so we're going to back it up and see who might have been involved.
Well, I do see that is going to involve the 48 of Christopher Smith also on this incident. As we pull up the Dre broadcasting instant replay here, take a look from our blimp view. As the 48 there is coming up on the 5. Machine comes down low. Actually occurred in front of him. And, he just slid sideways there. But that is going to start with the 05 of Tommy Amassi. Let's take a look here. Looks like he can't tell if he made contact, but he comes into the turn. He is down on... he made contact. Hit that apron, got a little loose, spun around. 48 had nowhere to go.
Yeah, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved in that incident. And that goes to show once again, you've seen 48 just slide in there. He had no choice but to just slam in there because he's tried slowing down, but there was nothing he could do. The wreck was going down the track because of that banking. We are now under caution and going back up front. Marty Ray still leading. Garrett Robinson being shown second. Caleb Daniels third. Ralph Vanderforst fourth. And Cody McFadden in the 5th place position here, rounding up the top 5. And so far the drivers have 8 laps on their tires this far, but about only 3 to 4 laps of green flag racing on them. Actually, only about 2 laps of green flag racing. So the majority of the field should be staying out. One driver getting the wave around the pace car, the Lucky Dog, the 57 of Hunter McDaniel back on the lead lap. No scratch that. Back to 2 laps down. He is being shown 3 laps down, but he is now back to 2 laps down. So great job to Hunter, the new points leader.
Well, the thing of it is, Sean, I know these fans enjoy the race interviews during the cautions, but with this being such a short track, I don't know if we're going to get any tonight because it don't take long for them to get around this 1 mile track and get back to green flag racing.
Oh, absolutely. That's a very, very good point. Yeah, we most likely will not be able to get any interviews in. Well, we're going to try next caution. And if it doesn't work out, then that's going to do it for the interviews until the end of the race. Absolutely, yeah, we're going to see exactly what happens. And looking in the chat there, Timothy Petito is asking, is Joe racing tonight? Absolutely, Timothy, he is racing. Status check on the 01 of Joe White. He's actually the 01 tonight.
No, he's actually in the 23 machine.
23 machine, thank you. He's actually running back there in the 23rd place position. With a very, very nice looking paint scheme. Can't quite look at the front of it because of the sun glare, but it is well dressed. And Ryan Daniels as well, his co-commentator, is running in the 18th place, 17th place position, right behind David White. Yeah, it's good, Dave. These two broadcasters are gonna try and show us exactly why they stay up in the booth. Looks like we are now back 1 to green. Marty Ray with the help of the 10 of Caleb Daniels. Looks like the same restart as last time. Yep, it is the same restart. Marty Ray with the help of the 10 of Caleb Daniels. On the outside is Garrett Robinson and Ralph Vanderforst. And right behind them, Cody McFadden. Cody McFadden side by side. Who will be starting with the, let's see, the 81 of Travis Pryor and 86 of Adam Eisenhower, rocking the rear end dent in that machine, but will be still going nice and strong after being involved in the incident. And we are now going green once again, this time by lap number 11 once we start finish line, and that's going to give us 80 laps remaining. Still a long race to go, and the drive is just pretty much getting used to how the cars are handling on the track with every single change lap after lap. Let's see exactly what these guys have in store for us. The pace car dips off. Marty Ray still holding pace, pushes down the floor. He does catch them off. Go to the 10 of Daniels. He's coming. Acquiring the inside of the 97 of Garrett Robinson here before the start finish line. Actually, before turn 1. And right, 97 Robinson gets loose entering turn number 1 and was able to somehow stay off the 10 of Daniels. And because of that, he will lose the spot to the 10 of Caleb Daniels on the back straightaway. And right behind is the 81 of Travis Pryor right now, pulling the 64 of Cody McFadden. Cody McFadden hungry to take back the season standings lead, Dave, because he just lost it.
Yeah, most definitely. He's running real good. Brandon Slow running right there in the 88 machine there at 7th. Joshua Gill in there running ninth. Derek Stalliker running ninth. Actually, now we had some incident there. I'm not sure who that involved, but it looks like we are going to stay green flag racing here at the Rock.
Dave, that was the 10 of Caleb Daniels. Looks like there was some contact between him and the leader, Marty Ray. Oh, the caution flies. The 10 of Daniels has been involved again. The 18 gets into him as the Rick Mason, who had nowhere to go. Oh, man, unfortunately for 10 of Daniels. Let's back it up on Caleb and see what happened.
Yeah, it looks like he was coming slow there, coming down into the turn, running that low line there, not quite up to speed. It actually happened in front of him. That involved the 59 there, starting with the 59 of David White. So we are going to have to rewind this here, focusing. Oh, he had just lost it, made contact with the 42. The 10 and the 19 also involved. That was kind of after the incident there, but that was just a big wreck error.
Absolutely, and man, looking at the 59 of David White, he just got mighty loose. He was out of the gas. He was slowing down to avoid Caleb on the apron, and his machine the rear end just snapped around, forcing him downward, or nose first, down into the 10 of Caleb Daniels. Very unfortunate indeed for David White and every single driver involved, Rick Mason himself, and the 10 of Caleb Daniels. But going back up front, let's see Marty Ray leading everybody down pit road. Well, he is going down pit road, but not everybody will follow. We have 2 drivers following him. No, 3 drivers, 4 drivers, maybe 5, 6. Yeah, we have Adam Eisenhower, Timothy McBrayer, Giuseppe Higuera, Chris Gillum, Joe White, Don Kidder Jr., Gary Woolbot, Christopher Smith, David White, Rick Mason, and Andy Starcher all down pit road. And this passes the race lead over to the 97 of Garrett Robinson. And let's see, we're gonna try and test this theory. Let's focus on the 88 of Brandon Slow and see if we have enough time to get an interview in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by the 88 of Brandon Slow with Firebase Racing. Got a cup there, Brandon?
Yep.
How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, doing good too, thank you. Just enjoying the show you guys are putting on for us out there. And man, Brandon, tonight you have come a long way. You have been going nowhere but the front. The first caution you gained 6 spots, went from 16th place to 10th place. And now this caution went from 10th place to 5th place, right behind Cody McFadden. How's the machine handling? How is it handling in practice and qualifying?
It's been handling really fine. I mean, sometimes it gets a little tight into the corners, but it's really handling really well, turning fine. I mean, it's a bumpy ride though.
Oh man, I can only imagine that banking and all those bumps. It is a very, very bad combination, but you guys doing an amazing job so far. And you specifically, you have any chances? You have any plans of bringing it home tonight, having your first win this season?
Yeah, I mean, I've been practicing all week with my team. I'm hoping to bring this victory home today.
Oh, sounds like a plan, and that is something for us to look forward to, the viewers out there and us up here in the booth. And you have been doing an amazing job tonight, man. Don't stop. That practice is definitely paying off, and it won't stop until you win this race. And we wish you the best of luck. You are now coming to 1 to green. So good luck to you, buddy, and make us proud as usual.
Thank you.
And that was the 88 of Brandon Slaw with Firebase Racing. We are now back 1 to green. So we are now being led by Garrett Robinson, who decides to start on the outside. Listen, looks like it. Yep, he is starting on the outside. The outside looks so close to the inside. And behind him, he does have the 81, actually 64 of Cody McFadden. On the inside is the high side himself, Ralph Vanderforst with help of the 81 of Travis Pry. We are now going green this time by on lap number 17. And once cross start finish, it's going to give us 73 laps remaining. Let's get it done.
Yeah, most definitely as the pace car now brings them into turns 3 and 4. They are double file, ready to go. Green flag racing to give this another shot here. So far, cautions have been bringing cautions, but for the track like this, it's to be expected. Pace car out of turn 4. Pace car down on pit road. 97, Garrett Robinson gets hard on that throttle. 66, spins his tires, almost spins out, saves it. But here comes the 64 of Cody McFadden. 81 of Travis Pryor, still right behind him, with the 40 of Joshua Gillen.
For the back in the pack, 47 of Dirk Staliger smacks the wall off the exit of turn 2. He somehow bounced off it and was able to still keep that machine straight. He lost some speed, but not too much. And right, oh, looks like the caution has flown again. We'll back up and see who might have been involved.
Well, looks like the 48 of Christopher Smith is not having a good night, as he was involved in that as well here. As we pull the Dre Broadcasting instant replay, let's wind it back here, focusing on the 48. See if we can see all that happened in front of him, and he had nowhere to go. I do believe that is going to start with the 05 of Tommy Amassi, as we are going to rewind this and take a look here. Following along with the 05 of Tommy Amassi, coming out of the turn, gets up into the wall, down into the 13 machine, who is also going to get into the inside wall. Oh, big junk, big junk. We have a pow-up on the backstretch.
Oh man, big junk indeed. Dave, pit road is going to be a very, very busy place. Very, very busy. And that's very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. 48, Christopher Smith having some bad luck, same as the 10 of Caleb Daniels. But Caleb was able to slow down in time to avoid making the damage worse than it was. But going back up front, let's see who's currently leading. 97 Robinson still in the lead with help of the 64 of Cody McFadden right behind him. Ralph Vanderforce third, Travis Pryor fourth, and the 40 of Joshua Gillen in the 5th place position. And so far, let's see, the top 10 drivers have not yet pitted in ever since the first green flag had flown, but everybody else behind them have pitted in. So by the looks of it, it won't make too much of a difference because these drivers were running most of these laps under caution. It is a rough start, but we do always see green flag pit stops after the rough starts in the Pro Can-N series. So it definitely will pick up once these drivers get used to these machines.
Well, unfortunately, the 65 Marty Ray, who started on the pole, was involved in that last incident. He is now currently 2 laps down, so he is having a bad night there. Tommy Amassi 1 lap down. Hunter McDaniel is down to 1 lap down. He is almost back on the lead lap here, as we are now on lap 21 of 90, 70 laps remaining.
Oh man, I agree, Connor. Moment of silence for the 5 car. He definitely did get a very, very bad piece of the action. And let's see.
Well, Sean, looks like you have a fan club out there in the chat. Pat T out there saying they all picked up from you, and now they call Travis Travis.
10-4. Travis it is. Speaking of Travis, he is riding the 4th place position so far. He did get he tapped the 66 rough Vanderforce last restart, which got him a little bit squirrely. No harm down there. Wrapping his racing. Not a single scratch on the 81 machine of Travis Pryor. Trying to have a better race tonight than he did last week at Kentucky Speedway after his uncle spoke to him. But well, we did have a better race in the Truck Series. He definitely is trying to have a better race here too in the Pro Can-N Series, with only one more race after this remaining before the chase begins. And Dave, the points are very, very close. The good thing about the drivers this season, for the regular season, they do have 2 drop weeks, so their 2 worst races will not be counted. So that means that will make the points even much stiffer and back closer. So it's going to be anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, Sean, now we are back 1 to green. We are getting ready to go for the green flag here once again. Leading by Garrett Robinson, electing to take the outsides. Cody McFadden on the inside. Travis Pryor, Ralph Vandervoort, 2nd row. 3rd row, Derek Stallerker and Josh Gillen. So this should make for a great restart.
And Travis Pryor warming up those tires, letting these drivers know, I have this restart. I will keep you behind me for the longest time possible. Exiting turn 4 this time by going green on lap number 23. And 81 of Pryor all over Garrett Robinson. Garrett still holding pace. He puts it down the floor. He does catch him off guard, or at least tries to. Drivers between the 81 of Travis Pryor and 66 of Ralph Vanderforce. 64 of Cody McFadden. Before turn 1, they stay side by side. 64 of Cody McFadden does propel. 81 of Pryor backs off and falls back in line behind Cody McFadden. And right behind the 47 of Dirk Staliker, who is watching 6 of Rob Van der Forst, trying to make moves on the 81 of Travis Pryor. To the back of the pack, Dave 72 of Brian Wasserman right now, riding behind the 31 of Andrew Riley. Andrew Riley did get the worst end of the first incident that brought the caution, but he is now back out here, the brand new machine, still in it to win it. And now Brian has a big opponent to worry about, the 88 of Brandon Slaw. So much single file, the drivers trying their best to get acquainted with the track. And for the back of the pack, he's some 3 wide going on. The 18 of Rick Mason goes sideways off the apron, off turn 4. We have one driver smoking in pit road. 18 of Rick Mason smacks the wall and comes to a complete stop with his motor blown because of the hard impact. 25 Timothy Bray, Dave, heavy smoke on pit road. Not sure what happened to these 2 drivers. Well, 18 of Rick Mason got loose off of 4, and 25 of Timothy Bray, but looks a bit. Got an incident between him and the 5 of Gary Woolbot, a bad netcode incident, which did cause him to smack the wall and blow his motor.
Yeah, but we stay green flag racing here at the Rock. Looking at our top 10 currently, we have Garrett Robinson leading, Cody McFarland second, Travis Pryor third, Derek Staliker, Ralph Vandervorst rounding out your top 5, Dylan in 6th, Riley 7th, Slow 8th, Eisenhower 9th, and Wasserman now rounding out your top 10.
And for the back of the pack, Dave 42, Giuseppe Higuera trying to make a name for himself, trying to have a good race here tonight too. Last week, his first race, he finished 5th, and tonight trying to advance that and maybe, hopefully, have his first win of the season for his second race. And he lets the 03 of Don Kidder by 95 of Chris Gillum does follow that train. 42, Giuseppe Higuera getting freight as we speak. The outside, not the best place to be. It is the fastest way, it is the slowest way around the track, or I should say the longest way around the track. And right now the 48 of Christopher Smith overtaking him as we speak, and the 42 of Giuseppe Higuera just trying to catch a break, but so far, no luck.
I tell you what, looking there in 10th place, Sean, our buddy there, 23, Joe White from OSR Network, has made his way up into the top 10 here after starting back in 27th position. So he's already gained 17 positions here on lap 29. He is looking good out here tonight. Don Kidder Jr. there running in 14th position. Also looking pretty good out here tonight after starting in 28th spot.
Oh, and Dave, the caution flies on lap 29. Ooh, back up, I assume might have been involved.
I do believe that is going to involve the 42 of Giuseppe Higuera. So we are going to pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay. We are going to focus on the 42 here. See if we can see what happened. It looked like a little 3 wide in front of him. As he come out of the turn. Oh, he got into the back of the 25 of Timothy McBrayer. Let's rewind that back here. Take another look here. Let's look from the chopper view. Yeah, Timothy McBrayer just was not up to speed. He gave him a bump. That's going to bring out our, that's our 5th caution of the night.
Absolutely, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. 25 Timothy McBrayer, just after 2 laps after getting off pit road with a brand new machine, gets collected in that one and has to get another one. So that will mean he's going to use his last backup car. That is very, very unfortunate indeed for Timothy McBrayer, but we look forward to seeing him staying out there and hopefully staying out of trouble. But going back up front, Gary Robertson leads everybody down pit road. Yes, he does. Will they follow? Yes, they do follow. Everybody actually pretty much follows him. So far, not seeing anybody staying out just yet. Oh, we have 1 driver staying out. Well, maybe 3 drivers staying out. Christopher Smith, Giuseppe Higuera. No, Christopher Smith being the only driver on the lead lap to stay out. But everybody else who's staying out is trying to get a lap back. And right behind the pace car is the 95 of Chris Gillum. Chris Gillum had a brand new machine not too long ago. Looks like he got involved in that incident as well. That's very bad to see for Chris Gillum, but he is still in it to win it. And most likely he's going to be going down pit road this time by, because since he's being shown 1 lap down, the pit road is, or I should say pit entrance is closed for him. And 48 of Christopher Smith as well with some heavy damage on that machine. Dave, by the looks of it, that should not affect him too much because this track is not so, it's not big at all on draft whatsoever. So they should be able to still stay competitive despite the damage.
Yeah, most definitely. I think he should be able to go. These cars aren't getting up to full speed. Right about 120, 130 mile an hour on the straight stretches before they get hard back into the brakes for these turns. So he should be all right with a little bit of damage, but I mean, he's still got to be careful because too much damage and not enough air to that engine will make it overheat and blow up.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. And yep, we have seen a lot of these drivers have heavy damage in the past races in the Pro Can-Am series. That goes to show that these cars are tanks. We can call them tanks because they do sure take a beating, and they'll still stay up and running and stay competitive, battling machines with not a single scratch on them, and still give them a run for their money. And in this lineup, 48 of Christopher Smith deciding to stay out. That's going to give him, let's see, 12 laps more on his tires compared to everybody else who just pitted in. Shouldn't affect him too much because he hasn't had too many green flag runs on those tires just yet, but we do have some green flag runs coming up, ladies and gentlemen. The drivers are getting used to the machines, and they just keep improving after every single caution. So just keep that in mind. A green flag run is coming, just like every week. We do see at least one green flag cycle. And right behind him, we have 47 of Dirk Staliker. He is new to the top 10. He is being shown in the 6th place spot up, starting in the 18th place position. He has gained a lot of positions. The lights of the pace car are now turned off. We are now back 1 to green. We have the 95 of Chris Gillum around the pace car, back on the lead lap here on lap number 34. And this lineup, we do have the 48 of Chris Smith with the help of the 64 of Cody McFadden. On the outside is this 97 of Garrett Robinson with the help of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Adam Eisenhower finally making his way back into the top 5, having some bad luck early on. But he is back up here and in it to win it, trying to get as many laps late as he can. First trying to lead his first lap. And then take it from there. The 88 of Brandon Slow status check. He is being shown in the 10th place spot behind the 40 of Joshua Gillen. But going back up front, we are now entering turn number 3, going green, this time by.
Yes, the pace car now brings them out of turn number 4. They are double file, bumper to bumper. Waiting, pace car is off the race surface. 48, Christopher Smith jumps hard on that throttle, gets a good lead, but here comes the 64 of Cody McFadden. He is going to get to the back bumper there of Garrett Robinson. Here comes Garrett Robinson. Looks like Adam Eisenhower is dropping back as Travis Pryor is able to get around him as they are jockeying for position.
And Dave battle for the lead between Garrett Robinson and the 48 of Christopher Smith. They stay side by side up turn 4. 97 Robinson might have him knocked slingshot up. 48 of Smith due to the high sideline, but we have a new leader. 97 of Robinson. He backs off. He breaks way early, and that allows 48 of Chris Smith take it away. 97 Robinson get the 48. Chris Smith gets to the wall, bounces back into the 64 coming fine, and the caution will fly on lap 36. Holy cow! Let's back it up on Christopher Smith and see what happened.
Yeah, the wall is definitely not your friend, that is for sure. As we pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay here, taking a look here between the 48 of Christopher Smith and the 64 of Cody McFadden. Unfortunate there for our previous points leader. 48 gets into that outside wall, right down into the 64, 64 straight down into the inside wall.
Yep, just goes back to show what I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen, early on. This track is very narrow. Looking at the 64 of Cody McFadden, he did not have enough time to counter steer the machine after the contact was made, because the wall just snapped up on him in like a matter of seconds. But that was definitely unfortunate indeed for 64 McFadden, because that he is on pit road. He's getting towed down a pit road, but look forward to his return, because he still has his 2 backup cars, because he hasn't used a single one of them. So that's very, very good news for the 64 of Cody McFadden and his pit crew. But going back up front, 97 Robinson still in the lead. 81 Travis Pryor being shown 2nd. Adam Eisenhower 3rd. Christopher Smith 4th. And Ralph Vanderforst in the 5th place spot, rounding up the top 5 so far. And let's see, further back in the pack, we have the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Joshua Gillen is now up into the 7th place spot. Up, keeping low profile from the beginning of the race. Started 10th, went to the back of the pack, but now back in 7th place. Andrew Riley being shown 8th. 88 Brandon Slow 9th. And David White in the 10th place spot. And I believe we had one driver get the wave around the pace car. Let's see who that is. That's going to be the 13 of Ryan Daniels getting the wave around the pace car, back to 1 lap down from 2. And this would be a good time to get a race interview in, but I'm not sure whether or not we're going to be going 1 to green this time by. But if the lights of the pace car do stay on, we will get a race interview. Well, Dave, this race has finally changed. It's going to be all about survival.
Yeah, it's a tough track. I do know. I ran it in the trucks a little bit, practiced with it. It's a tough track to master. I mean, it's bumpy. You got to get your braking points in. It's just an overall really rough track.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to give these drivers a workout, quite a workout, by the time this race ends. And the lights of the pace car still turned on. So let's try and sneak a quick interview in with the 72 of Brian Wasserman. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 72 of Brian Wasserman up in the Dre broadcasting booth. Good up there, buddy.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Well, Brian, doing an amazing job so far. This far in the race, started 15th, currently 10th, and I've been staying alive. How's the machine handling tonight, buddy?
It's handling well, and I'm just trying to avoid all the carnage out here.
Oh, copy. That sounds like a plan. And how are the bumps doing out there? I've seen a lot of drivers getting claimed due to the bumps.
Yeah, this track is really bumpy. It'll really test your driving skills, that's for sure, and your patience.
Your patience, absolutely. Well, man, unfortunately, the track is a fast track, and we are now back 1 to green. So good luck to you, man, and make us proud with Maverick Motorsports.
I'll do my best. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the race.
And that was 72 of Brian Wasserman, and we are now back 1 to green. Only can get 1 or 2 questions in before we are 1 to green. That's how quick the track is, just like Dave had talked about. But going back from our leader, starting on the outside line once again, 97 Garrett Robinson with the help of the 66 of Ralph Vanderforst. On the inside is the 81 of Pry with the help of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Going green this time by exiting turn 4. Pace car is off. Adam puts it down the floor. He does catch him off guard. Actually, Garrett Robinson right behind him is the 81 of Travis Parr, who was caught sleeping on the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, was checked up because of that. On the outside is going to be the 66 of Ralph Vanderforst, trying to work the outside of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, but Adam makes the pass successfully. No harm done there. And right behind him, 88 of Brandon Slow, charging on the 40 of Joshua Gillen. We have some side-by-side for the back in the pack. Going to try and catch his drivers here. 36 of Jason Eisenhower staying high, letting everybody by. 23 of Joe White gets around him. Oh, Joe White drifts way wide. 36 of Jason Eisenhower has to let off to avoid getting into him. No harm done. Great save by both drivers. That could have been ugly. It's those bumps once again. They do make these cars very pushy. If you hit those bumps wrong, it could be deadly. And that wall does have its arms wide open, ready to hug you and just pretty much welcome you. Not the best thing, but it is quite something. And for the back of 42, Giuseppe Guerra right now behind 36 of Jason Eisenhower, spread at about, let's see, 3 to 5 tenths of a second, and trying his best to hunt him down. And the 19 of Andy Starch lets the 10 of Caleb Daniels by, and that was not for position. The 10 of Daniels, Dave, trying to get his lap back the hard way. As you say, his lap's back the hard way. He is being shown 3 laps down.
As we are getting here close to the, actually we are beyond the midway point here tonight. 47 laps remaining. We are going to take this time and take our first commercial break of the night, ladies and gentlemen. So refill your snacks, refill your drinks, and we'll be right back.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Napa Auto Parts 150 for round number 9 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-Am Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co. That is ibog.co. Well, going back to the race, Garrett Robinson still is leading. Adam Eisenhower being shown second, Travis Pryor third, Ralph Vanderforst fourth, and the 47 of Dirk Staliger in the 5th place position. And that rounds up the top 5. And so far, the top 11 drivers did decide to stay out, but everybody else did pit in. We have one driver getting away from the pace car. Let's see who that is. That's going to be the 05 of Tommy Amasi. Tommy Amasi being shown 5 laps down, but is now back down to 4 laps down. So we should expect to see him get his laps back here in no time, so he can be able to be back on the lead lap and compete for these guys, with these drivers, and give them a run for their money before the race ends. We have 43 laps remaining this far. Still a long way to go. A lot can happen. And so far, the wall has claimed at least 2 to 3 victims. And the last victim was the 88 of Brandon Slow, who had a self spin off the exit of 2. The wall just hugged him and spun him out down the apron, which did cause this caution that we are on at the moment. And status check on the 03 Don Kidder Jr. We haven't spoken much of Don Kidder here tonight. He is currently in the 16th place spot. He has been keeping a low profile. He's now being shown 16th from 28th. We'll be starting behind. Oh, he's gaining spots as we speak. He is now in the 14th place position. And we are now back 1 to green, but going back up front. Robinson still starting on the outside line. Garrett knows something about the outside Dave that we do not know about. He has started on the outside every single restart that he's been in the lead. He has the 6 of Vanderforst right behind him. On the inside is Adam Eisenhower with the help of the 81 of Travis Pryor.
Yeah, Garrett's been doing pretty good. He's led 32 laps here tonight. Marty Ray leading 13 and Christopher Smith leading 3. But he is, as you said, back out front here, lap 49 of 90, coming on 41 laps to go as they come out of turn number 4, getting ready to go back green flag racing. Pace car is off. Garrett Robinson wastes no time, gets hard on that throttle. Here comes the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, the 81 of Travis Pryor. Ralph Vandervorst also into this as he's trying on the outside to get around Pryor, but just is not able to power that machine around.
Ralph Vanderforst finally is cleared by the 81 of Travis Pryor, but now Ralph Vanderforst with a big run on him. Entering turn number 3, they must make contact. Ralph Vanderforst backs off. He did slam on those brakes, avoid getting to him on the outside is 97 Robinson, who almost smacks the wall. Get a little bit friendly with the wall off turn 4, and that allows 86 of Adam Eisenhower to close in and almost takes the outside line on him. But the outside line not coming to work just yet, and Adam is forced to stay back in line and do it all over again, or charge all over again. For the back in the pack, Hunter McDaniel is back on the lead lap. Last we checked on Hunter McDaniel, he was being shown 3 laps down. He is now back on the lead lap behind Andrew Riley for position number 7. So here in no time, Hunter McDaniel, the new points leader, season standings leader, is hungry to keep Travis or Cody McFadden behind him for the longest time possible, including his biggest opponent so far. 2nd place in points, Ralph Vanderforst and Marty Ray in 3rd place. And Hunter makes the pass successfully against 31 of Andrew Riley. Now his next victim in line position is the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Battle up front day for the race. The 86 of Adam Eisenhower makes the pass successfully against 97 of Robinson. Oh, Robinson gets back on the 8. They make contact. Wrecking on the backstretch. 86 of Adam Eisenhower on his lid, actually on his side. Let's back it up on Adam Eisenhower and see what happened.
Well, as we pull up the Dre broadcast and replay, we did see it live. But we are going to take another look here at the replay as the 86 of Adam Eisenhower gets up into the outside wall, shoots him off the wall right down into the 97 of Garrett Robinson. Just the wrong time, wrong place for him. And that is going to hurt them both because they hit that wall hard as Adam Eisenhower was up on his side.
Yeah, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. Unfortunately enough, that wreck was minimized, and a lot of drivers were able to, well, all drivers were able to get around it for the most part. Great courtesy by Adam and also the 97 Robinsons, locking it down, letting everybody by with this narrow track. But looking at Adam Eisenhower, Dave, he is going sideways on the track. His wheel is turned about a lot to the right to keep that machine straight, but he is still going nice and strong. And this gives us a new leader, the 81 of Travis Pryor, 47 of Dirk Staliker right behind him in second, the 40 of Joshua Gillen third, Hunter McDaniel fourth, and the 59 of David White in the fifth place spot. Lucky Dog getting away from the pace car. That's 65 of Marty Ray. Marty Ray back to 1 lap down from 2 laps down. So here in no time, we should be able to get back on the lead lap and spank these boys. He is second place in points, or third place in points, and he definitely is hungry. He's not comfortable with third place position in points. So he will try and take as many points as possible to try and challenge the leader, Hunter McDaniel, for the points lead with the upcoming chase after next week's race at New Hampshire. And David White has come a long way from 13th place to 5th place spot. He was involved in one of the incidents early on, but he was able to stay alive, get a brand new machine, and get up here in the top 5. And so far it's showing, let's see, the top 9 drivers have not pitted in for the last 25 laps. So it's going to make things very interesting to see exactly how it affects them, if it affects them at all. Once we go green the next time by, we now have 35 laps remaining. We are coming towards the very end of the race, and at this point, the drivers do not need any more pit stops for gas. They will be able to make it.
Yeah, most definitely, but pretty much all night, it's just who's going to survive. We've seen wrecks in the back, we've seen wrecks up front. It's just as Pat T and you said earlier, it's going to come down who's going to be the survivor.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that they're not trying to survive from the other drivers, but they're trying to survive the track. They're trying to make sure the track does not claim them. Because once again, ladies and gentlemen, this track is trying to spank these drivers, and these drivers as well are fighting back, trying to avoid it. And so far doing an amazing job. 05, Tommy Amasi gets 1 more lap back, down to 3 laps down, I believe. No, actually 2 laps down. So he should be able to get his other 2 laps back here before too long, so he can be back on the lead lap. Looks like he had a bad start. He had some bad connection, but he is now back in the server and getting some wave arounds. And we are now back 1 to green. Travis Pratt trying to start on the outside. Yes, he is starting on the outside with the help of 57 Hunter McDaniel. Hunter McDaniel back in the top 4. I should say new to top 5 actually tonight. 47 Dirk Staliker with the help of the 40 of Joshua Gillen on the inside line. Joshua Gillen's highest position so far here in third place, behind 47 of Dirk Staliker. Going green this time by with, let's see, once we go cross start finish line, we're going to be having 33 laps remaining, so it definitely is go time.
Yeah, I mean, right now track position's going to be key for these guys, as they are now coming into turn 3 and 4, waiting on that pace car to dip off. Ready to go back green flag racing here at the Rockingham Speedway, North Carolina. K&N Pro Series cars here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. 81 Travis Pryor, harder on that throttle as soon as the pace car off. Here comes the 57 Hunter McDaniel. Looks like Dirk Staliker caught sleeping a little bit, but he is trying to fight back. But Hunter McDaniel is going to maintain that number 2 spot.
And the 40 of Joshua Gillen, 31 Andrew Riley were both caught sleeping on that last restart. It cost them a lot of time. 40 of Joshua Gillen drifts way wide. 31 Andrew Riley follows his lead, and they propel off the exit of turn 4. And Andrew Riley has a motor roaring in his rear view. 59 of David White. David White trying to take some names here tonight, and he definitely is showing that he has a machine to spank these boys. 59 David White has a 72 of Brian Wasserman all over his back bumper, but Brian did back off to let him keep it.
Well, right behind them, there's the 36 of Jason Eisenhower. He is up here battling Ralph Vandervoorst, Giuseppe Higuera, Joe White there in 11th position. Chris Gillum 12th. Ryan Daniels there in 13th.
Oh, contact between 36 Jason Eisenhower and the 72. Brian Wasserman, caution flies. Any more driver? Oh man, big incident. 6'5" Cody McFadden involved. 6'5" Marty Ray gets a piece of the action. 88 Brandon Slow gets the worst end of that deal. Oh man, let's back it up on 36 of Jason Eisenhower and see what happened.
Well, as we are taking a look here at the 36 of Jason Eisenhower coming in. Looks like Ralph Vandervorst drove it in hard, made contact up into the wall of the 72 of Brian Wasserman. Right there in the middle of the track, 88 Brandon Slow. Marty Ray rearing in the 64 of Cody McFadden. A lot of cars involved in that. 25 down into the barrier as well.
Oh man, that was unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved in 25. Timothy McBrayer. Timothy has had a very rough night tonight. I do feel bad for Timothy, but it's very good to see him very determined to get the job done regardless. And he is back on the track right now behind the 5 of Gary Woolbot, trying to get at least one lap back. He is being shown 6 laps down due to having a bad night, so just like I talked about. So he is still determined to get the job done regardless, but going back up front, 81 Travis Pryor being shown as the leader. Yep, Travis Pryor in the lead, 57 Hunter McGenno second, Dirk Staliker third, Joshua Gillen fourth, and the 31 of Andrew Riley in the 5th place spot, running up the top 5. And once again behind the pace car is the 25 of Timothy McBrayer with the help of the 5 of Gary Woolbot, who as well is being shown 3 laps down. '48 of Christopher Smith gets the wave around the pace car. Lucky Dog back to 1 lap down. Very, very good to see Christopher Smith. He had a very, very rough start to tonight's race, but by the looks of it is definitely picking up for him.
Yeah, most definitely. We currently only have 15 cars left on the lead lap. Last one on the lead lap right now is going to be the 72 of Brian Wasserman. So he is the last guy on the lead lap. First guy a lap down. Currently the 65 of Marty Ray.
And ladies and gentlemen, now would be a good time to change your bets or your picks for tonight. Nah, I'm just kidding. But if you want to, you can. You can change your picks out. They're not looking too good for some drivers. 15 drivers on the lead lap, like Dave had talked about. It has been a very rough night for most drivers, and that's very, very sad to see. But it's very good to see them determined to get the job done in next week's race, New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the United 70 round 10, which will be the final race of the regular season before the chase begins. That's going to be a wild, wild race. And Dave, the thing about New Hampshire, no banking, bumpy as well. That's a bad combination, if you ask me.
Yeah, Sean, it's a driver's track. A lot of drivers like it, some don't. I'm one that really doesn't like it. It's a tough track, but I'm sure these drivers will put in some time, practice, get out there and see what they gotta need to do here. Is should be coming 1 degree.
Yep, we still have Gary Woolbot and 25 of Timothy McBrayer ready to get the wave around the pace car to get 1 lap back this time by. And so far, let's see, the top 6 drivers. Yeah, top 6 drivers have over 30 laps on their tires, while everybody else has less than 10. So that most likely is going to play some kind of role or some kind of factor before the race is over. We have 27 laps remaining. Once we go green, we're going to be having 26 laps remaining. In this lineup, 81 Price starting the outside line still with the help of the 40 of Joshua Gillen. On the inside is Hunter McDaniel with the help of the 47. Dirk Staliker. Drivers getting bunched up nice and tight, ready to get the job done. This time by going green. Looks like we have Firebase Racing TV. I'm coming. Not sure who Firebase Racing TV is, but I believe you are racing. Let us know who you are in the chat so we can keep an eye on you. Also have Timothy Petito changing his bet, picking the 81 of Travis Pryor. We are exiting turn 4 this time by going green. The pace car dips off. Pryor still holding pace. We present the floor. He catches them off guard. Hunter McDaniel sees it coming over, takes the 40 of Joshua Gillen on the outside. 47 Dirk Staliker as well does get caught slipping. Will pay the price because of that. Looks like the inside of 40 of Joshua Gillen backs off to avoid causing trouble. They go back down, single file. For the back in the pack, Ralph Vanderforce right now is trying to charge on the 31 of Andrew Riley, but Riley as well catching up 47 of Dirk Staliker.
Yeah, these guys are giving it all. We got 26 laps to go, only 23-second lap times. These laps are going to tick down. Hopefully we get a long green flag run.
Absolutely, and David White is for some reason dropping back, almost makes contact. Oh, we have a wreck on the backstretch. Heavy smoke from a machine. That was the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Let's back up on Joshua Gillen and see what happened.
Well, I'm not sure if that one caused it because I'm actually showing a wreck here involving the 10 of Caleb Daniels. So we're going to focus here on the 10 of Daniels as he was running on the outside of the 03 of Don Kidder Jr. Oh, he gets up into the wall, collects Marty Ray there on the backstretch as well. Let's see if we can find Joshua Gillen here, see what happened to him. Yep, he was into the outside wall. Let's take a rewind here. He also coming into the turn. He was on the outside of the 47 coming out. Oh, so that's two drivers right there that made contact with that wall coming out of turn number 2.
Oh, Dave, looking at the 10 of Daniels. I'm not sure if you noticed that, but Daniels had some bad net code. He was nowhere near 03 of Kidder Jr. Bad net code shot him up into the wall and caused him to get into it. But absolutely, two drivers smacked the wall in the exact same lap, exact same turn, causing the caution. Very unfortunate indeed. And Marty Ray, Dave, got a big piece of the action, blew his motor, and has retired for the night. Very unfortunate indeed for Marty Ray. Rough night for Marty Ray. But look forward to seeing him back again next week at New Hampshire Speedway for the last race of the regular season before the chase begins. But going back up front, everybody down pit road. Travis probably leads everybody down pit road and now off pit road. Actually, yeah, he's now leading everybody off pit road as we speak. Looks like he was beaten off pit road by the 66 of Ralph Vanderforst. So Ralph should be taking over the race lead this time by.
Actually, the 72 of Brian Wasserman stayed out, so he is our new race leader. 72 of Brian Wasserman now leading tonight's race.
Yeah, congrats to Brian Wasserman. He has a machine to bring this thing home tonight with Maverick Motorsports. So he is trying to spank these guys, and so far he's only being shown with about 6 lap older tires compared to everybody else, so that we should not play any factor, if any, here tonight. That is not much at all. And we are now coming to closing stages. We have, let's see, 22 laps remaining. Once we go green, we'll most likely be having 19 to 20 laps to go. So once again, it has been go time. Track position will be very, very key. It is very key as usual, especially at this track, as the drivers tonight try their best not to fall victim to the track tonight, because this track is very, very hungry and determined to get this job done at any cost possible. And we have 15 drivers still in the lead lap, 48 of Christopher Smith being shown the last driver on the lead lap, 86 of Adam Eisenhower being shown the first driver a lap down, Cody McFadden 2 laps down, and Adam Eisenhower still getting towed down on pit road by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like he's either getting damage fixed or getting towed just down at pit road. 05 Tommy Massey now back to 2 laps down. 40 Joshua Gillen on pit road as well, getting towed. Jason Eisenhower right behind Cody McFadden on the track. 20th place, 3 laps down. So just like, once again, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a rough race for most drivers, but it's very, very good to see them still racing, going nice and strong regardless.
Yeah, it looks like when we take the green flag, Sean, we're going to have 20 laps here at Rockingham. So you're looking probably right about 2 laps a minute. We got 20 laps, so we got about 10 minutes if we get a good green flag run.
Oh, absolutely, yep. That is a little bit of time to get the job done. Still can be done. That's still a lot of laps, 20 laps, a lot can happen. Anything can happen. It's not over until it's over. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here tonight for the Napa Auto Parts 150 for the round 9 of the Pro K&N series with the Extreme Motorsports 99, brought to you by iRacing, Broadcast, Overlay, and Graphics, iBog. Check them out at ibog.co. And this lineup, Brian Wasserman starting the outside with the help of the 57 Hunter McDaniel. On the inside is Ralph Vanderforst with the help of the 81 of Travis Pryor. So far, all the leaders deciding to start on the outside. Pace car is off. The green flag flies. Brian puts it down, no hesitation, but a lot of determination. On the inside, Ralph gets caught slipping once again. And Travis Pryor gives him a bump to give him some life. on the inside line. He lets him go, and Ralph Runner propelling past him. Hunter McDaniel off turn 2. Hunter propels his outside due to the slingshot off the exit of 2, and Ralph drives it in hard into the inside of the 72 of Brian Wasserman for the race lead. 3 wide for the lead. We have 72. Brian Wasserman gets into the 67 Ralph Thunderforce. Ralph Thunderforce gets onto his lid, spins into every single direction possible, and the caution will fly on lap 72. Let's back up on Ralph and see what happened.
Yeah, just some unfortunate contact between him and the 72 of Wasserman as we are going to pull up the Dre broadcast and replay. 3 wide action for the lead with Hunter McDaniel, but Ralph Vandervorst on his lid and goes spinning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. We are going to get you dizzy. I am going to rewind this. We are going to go cockpit view with the 66 of Ralph Vandervorst as he spins around and around the track. It's like an amusement ride sometimes here, Sean.
Oh, most definitely.
That is going to hand the race lead over to the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. Brian Wasserman in position 2. Travis Pryor 3rd. Garrett Robinson, Firebase Racing there on the chat, has now moved up into 4th position. Andrew Riley rounding out your top 5 here as we are now 18 laps to go.
And unfortunately for the 66 of Ralph Vanderforst, he did blow his motor after all that dancing around on his lid and in every direction possible. Unfortunately, he is on getting towed down a pit road, so hopefully he's able to get his laps back before the race is over. But the thing about this, towing takes about, I don't know, 1 to 2 minutes, or even 3 minutes sometimes, and the drivers run about 22-second lap times, well, so far 40 to 50-second lap times under caution. So with that said, he will be going at least 2 to 3 laps down before they before they give him his backup car. So, but fingers crossed for Ralph Vanderforst that he's able to get his lap back. And Ralph Adam Eisenhower getting the wave around the pace car back on the lead lap. This time by great job to Adam Eisenhower, and he's now back in it to win it. Let's see, once we go green, we're going to be having 15 laps remaining. Once again, it is go time for these drivers. We're going to have some drivers moving up into the top 10. We have the 42 of Giuseppe Higuera back in the top 10. After starting in the 21st place spot, he did keep a low profile after being involved in a few incidents, but he is now back out here and in it to win it. And one stop until he gets as high up as he can before this race is over. And status check on Brandon Slow. Brandon Slow is on pit road. He also is another fast driver here in tonight's race at Rockingham Speedway. But unfortunately, he is on pit road, being shown 16 laps down with some heavy damage. So his pit crew is hard at work, and he has left the machine so they can fix it. But very unfortunately, indeed, for every single driver involved. Let's see, Tommy Massey should be back on the lead lap. Nope, Tommy Massey still being shown 2 laps down in the 18th place spot. Joshua Gillen, 17th. And Cody McFadden in the 16th place spot, 2 laps down as well. So all these guys battling to get their laps back before this thing is over. Some might, and some will not have enough time to get their laps back. And status check on the 48 of Chris Smith. He is being shown in the 14th place spot. Last time we checked on him, he was the last car on the lead lap. But now he is behind the 23 of Joe White, 03 Don Kidder Jr., 19 Andy Starcher, David White, Giuseppe Higuera, Chris Gillum, Dirk Stalika, Ryan Daniels, and Andrew Riley there, all the way from the 14th place spot back up to the 5th place spot. We are now back 1 to green. Drivers getting bunched up nice and tight. And Dave 72 of Brian Wasserman played a very key role in that wreck, and his damage is definitely showing that. So hopefully it's not going to be affecting him too much if rotation of that machine, because that right front is beat up quite a bit.
I have a feeling it is, so all the drivers behind him are aware of this. It is going to be tricky here, especially with the 97 of Garrett Robinson, who's going to be lining up right behind him. Also the 13 there of Ryan W. Daniels there in 6th position. As we now come into turn 3 and 4, ready to go green flag racing. We will have 14 laps remaining at the drop of the green flag.
14 laps remaining of White, knuckle side by side, race for position. No more give, just a lot of take. 1% give, 99% take. The green flag flies. 81 Pryor all over the leader. 57 Hunter McDaniel. He gives him a bump to life. He got him squarely before turn 1, but they were able to sort that out. 72 Brian Wasserman goes from first place to third place in 1 lap. 31 Andrew Riley right behind him, charging, trying to catch up to him first. And Andrew right now has the 13 of Ryan Dennis right behind him. Ryan making his first appearance here, close to the top 5. Once he gets around the 31 of Andrew Riley, should be able to get back here in the top 5. Will make his first appearance in the top 5. He looks to the inside of the 31 of Andrew Riley, but he doesn't have enough to make it stick, entering turn 1. 47 of Dirk all over. 13 of Ryan Dennis takes him to the outside line. They're going to go side by side through turns number 3 and 4. And right behind Dirk is the 95 of Chris Gillum, and the caution flies.
That is going to be the 42 of Giuseppe. So we are going to pull up the Dre Broadcasting replay. Definitely getting its workout here tonight, folks, here at Rockingham. So let's take a look here. Rewind to the 42 of Giuseppe Aguirre is coming into the turn. I'm not sure what happened, but it's back in, just kicked around. Let's see if we can get another good look here. Coming into the turn. Oh, contact between him and the 23 of Joe White. Got him up into the outside wall, but no foul. Oh, 86 of Eisenhower there at the end, but that is going to shake things up here, and that is just going to give us right about 8 laps to go when we go back green flag racing.
Oh man, that was violent. And Adam Eisenhower blows his motor and will be going 1 to 2 more laps down. Unfortunately, here once he's done towing. Oh, actually, Adam is still roaring. His motor is still running, I mean, and with some heavy black smoke from the rear end, but nothing too major. So he is on pit road as we speak. So he will be able to make it down to his pit stop, and hopefully he still has one of his backup cars. If he has a backup car, that will be his last backup car he has, because he was involved early on in one of the incidents that did cause him to use it. But right now, focus on the 86 of Adam Eisenhower and see what happens.
Good to see that our chat out there is definitely still hammering out with John Brummett and Pat T out there talking about racing. Got racing on the screen, racing in the chat, racing all over. It's a good thing about iRacing. You can pick a race and get out on the track and just hammer down.
Oh, absolutely. And Dave, unfortunately, Adam Eisenhower is out of backup machines, so he is done for tonight. His machine is, his pit crew is hard at work trying their best to get rid of the smoke that he was releasing. Going back up on Hunter McDaniel, Travis Pryor, Gary Robinson, Brian Wasserman, Andrew Riley, 1st through 5th respectively. And yeah, we're going to be having 8 laps remaining once we go green. So far, let's see, 14 drivers now on the lead lap. 03 Don Kidder being the last driver on the lead lap. And I haven't spoken much of 03 of Kidder Jr. tonight, but he is still out here making his presence known, letting these drivers know that he is still in it to win it. And once it's less than 10 laps to go, it will bring a lot more driver out of these drivers. I should say, it's going to bring the racers out of these drivers, because it definitely is go time. They will bring the steering wheel home or bring the checkered flag home, one of the two.
Well, we are currently 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go, but here's the kicker. We have, of course, lap 90, checkered flag. Lap 86, lap 85 to 86. Flag comes out, that's going to freeze the field and end the race. So we got 5 laps to go before the next flag will end the race here at Rockingham Speedway.
Yeah, and with that said, Dave, that's going to make these guys race hard, trying their best to be as high up as possible, because they know that that flag will end the race. And we are now back 1 to green. Yes, we are. Hunter McDaniel starting on the outside line. Once again, the leader is electing to start on the outside line. He will be assisted by the 72 of Brian Wasserman. On the inside is the 81 of Travis Pryor with the help of the 97 of Garrett Robinson. Garrett was involved in a bad wreck early on. He got his laps back and is now back out here. Starting behind Travis Pryor in the top 5. So things are about to get wild. We have a lot of heavy hitters right next to each other. That is a recipe for disaster here on the scoreboard. We are going green this time by drivers, getting bunched up nice and tight. Let's get it done.
Yep, as we are now in turn 3 and 4, we'll have 8 laps to go at the drop of the green flag. being led by the 57 Hunter McDaniel. Travis Pryor to the inside. Brian Wasserman outside. Garrett Robinson on the inside, second row. What's it going to be here? Is the pace car's now off? Hunter McDaniel hard on that throttle. Same with Brian Wasserman and Garrett Robinson. Oh, but Travis Pryor just can't clear the 72 just yet, but he is going to do it on turns 1 and 2. Here comes the 97 of Garrett Robinson.
Oh, off turn 2, Brian Wasserman gets way out of the gas. That wall was sneaking up on him. He saw those arms wide open, ready to hug him, but he was able to avoid that. Great job by Brian Wasserman. He has a brand new machine from last time we checked on him. But up front, Garrett all over the 81 of Travis Pryor for position number 3, for position number 2. So he is trying his best to set him up here before the race is over. But at the same time, the more they butter, the more the leader pulls away Hunter McDaniel. So at this point, they are trying to work together for a common good. That good being catching the race leader, the new points leader. And for the back in the pack with 95 of Chris Gillen battling the 13 of Ryan Daniels and 31 of Andrew Riley, but takes both of them on the inside. Actually on the outside, and excuse me, and right now 95 of Chris Gillen drifts way wide. 31 of Riley drifts towards the inside. Caution flies on lap 85, so we might have 1 to 2 lap shootout, but we're going to back it up. So might have been involved.
Well, that is going to involve the 13 of Ryan W. Daniels. I think Joshua Gillen also involved here. So let's take a look here, focusing on the 13 of Ryan Daniels. As we rewind it here, as he was pushing on the 31 of Andrew Riley coming into turn 1. He had to get hard on the brakes. The 48 of Christopher Smith, nowhere to go. Tapped him in the back. The 59 of David White, also around. He goes for a roll. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a ride here with the 59 of David White here in our cockpit view as he goes spinning down the track as well. We have a lot of cars that seem to want to go bowling here tonight, Sean.
Yeah, that spin by David White, as you said, those flips by David White. That comes from a real pro right there, gymnastics. That was definitely worse than Ralph Vandervoort's incident. But good thing is David White, his motor is still running, unlike Ralph Vandervoort's during the wreck.
Well, the question is, are we going to go back green flag racing? We are now 4 laps to go. I'm not quite sure. We are going to find out if we are going to. We may just have a 1-lap shootout for the checkered.
Yep, sounds about right. We had a caution on lap number 85, coming to 86. So yeah, that should give us a 1-lap shootout. Hopefully, I mean, this is all wishful thinking, but it definitely should give us a 1-lap shootout. And Cody McFadden getting in the way around the pace car. Dave Cody is now back on the lead lap on lap number 87. Great job, Cody McFadden. Wasn't looking too good for him, but he's finally back on the lead lap.
Yeah, it's going to put him back into 15th place. So it's back of the field. But the question is are we going to be able to go back green flag racing? 4 laps to go as they are now crossing, getting ready to cross the start-finish line. That'll give us 3 laps to go. We are just waiting to see if we are going to get the 1 to green mark.
Yep, and so far Timothy McBrayer behind the pace car, still determined to get the job done regardless. He is going nice and strong despite that damage. It's a very, very good looking machine. They're the Folgers coffee machine. It's a well-dressed machine, but unfortunately for Timothy McBrayer, he had a rough night tonight. So I look forward to seeing him again for the next appearance next week for the final race of the regular race season here with the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-Am Series at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the driver's track, like Dave had talked about. And let's see, we have 15 drives on the lead lap so far. And once again, Cody being the last driver on the lead lap. All 5, Tommy Massey being the first driver a lap down. 2 laps down. Joshua Gillen, 2 laps down. So we have all 5, Tommy Massey, Joshua Gillen, who will be racing for position number 16. Ralph Vandervoort, 3 laps down. Jason Eisenhower and Gary Ubot, all 3 laps down. So these 3 drivers will all be racing for position number 18. Let's see who else. Actually, looks like that's pretty much it there on the laps traffic. But going back up front so far here in the top 5, 7-2, Brian Wasserman has still been determined, being able to maintain the top 4 position. Currently still being shown in the 4th place spot. And Dave, luckily enough, we are now back 1 to green with a 1-lap shootout, just like you had talked about. We are going to have a 1-lap shootout. Drives getting up to speed and racing at the exact same time. this lineup, we have 57 Hunter McDaniel with help of 72 of Brian Wasserman. On the inside is Travis Pryor and the 97 of Garrett Robinson. I believe this was the same restart we had last restart. Yep, it was the same exact one. So we're going to be doing it all over again. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, white flag will be flying as soon as they cross the start-finish line with the 1 to green mark. So it is go time. Hang on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be seeing a lot of carnage before this race is over. Anything can happen. It's a lot more give 100% take and no give whatsoever. It's all about finishing the race, all about track position at this point. Pace car is off. Hunter puts down the 40 dash, catch him off guard. Nope, not quite. Brian Wasserman sees it coming with the help of the 81 of Travis Pryor on the inside line. They fall back in line, single foul, nose to tail. Garrett Robinson right behind 72 of Brian Wasserman tries to set him up, goes to the inside, or at least tries to go to his inside. Off turn 4, Brian will propel past him. Yes, he clears him. Henry turn 3. But up front, 81 Travis Pryor and 57 Hunter McDaniel are separated quite a bit. Travis Pryor might not have enough to make it work. Nope, he does not. And Hunter McDaniel is going to bring this thing home for his second win of the season. Travis Pryor second, Garrett Robinson third. Oh, Garrett Robinson was spinning across the start finish line, and 72 Brian Wasserman in the 4th place spot. And then 95 of Chris Gillum as well in the 5th place position. That runs up the top 5. And looks like Garrett Robinson overtook the 72 of Brian Wasserman off the exit of 4 and was able to bring it home in the 3rd place spot. So we're going to be interviewing the top 3 drivers here. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by tonight's race winner Hunter McDaniel, Travis Pryor, Garrett Robinson, and also the 25 of Timothy McBride. We'll start with tonight's race winner having his second win of the season, Hunter McDaniel with Maverick Motorsports. Good up there, Hunter.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. All things considering, pretty good.
Oh man, Hunter, tonight was quite the race on your part. It was quite the race for everybody out there. It was a race of survival. You started 8th place, finished 7th, gaining 7 spots overall. How were you able to survive tonight? Because that wall had its arms wide open, ready to grab you.
Yeah, it was something, all right. We were involved in that first caution on lap 1 and went 3 laps down really early into the race, and from then it was just, take it easy, go slow, let people, get in cautions in front of you and just pick your way through the field. And, we got those laps back, and then, we were on a different pit cycle than all the leaders at first, so we always had fresher tires in them, and then we broke our way into the top 10, and we got back on the same pit strategy. And from then it was just, just run a consistent line, just hit your marks, and good things will happen. And tonight, good things did happen, fortunately.
Oh man, we do want to congratulate you on determination tonight. It wasn't looking too good in the beginning for you. I talked to Dave as well about that, and the viewers out there in the chat. Yeah, we definitely did notice the misfortune you had going 3 laps down. And Hunter, what was your determination? I mean, what kept you determined? What helped you see the bigger picture? I mean, 3 laps down is no joke.
Well, I couldn't let Travis get up there. No, I'm just kidding. No, Travis helped me out a lot. To the same with Brian Wasserman. They were running real consistent laps, and I knew that if I could just copy what they were doing with how consistent they were, that I would work my way up the field. And I knew that it was a tough track, and we'd have plenty of cautions to work our way back up. So knowing that my team was there for me, and knowing that the cautions were going to be there, I knew that in time that I could get my way back up.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. Well, we are glad that you were able to see the bigger picture, stay determined with the help of your teammates and your driving skills, and you were able to bring this thing home for your second win of the season. And Hunter McDaniel, you've done one heck of a job this season. You did the impossible. You got around Cody McFadden in points. Cody McFadden was dominating, and you were able to take over the points lead. So I want to congratulate you on winning tonight's race and also taking over the points lead. Hunter, with what you've done so far this season, do you think you're ready for the chase?
Oh, definitely. I think with the way that my team's been performing and the way we've been getting better every week and just getting more and more consistent, I think that's going to translate into a chase format very well. Just keeping that consistent, top 10s, top 5 finishes, not even having to get wins, just consistency is what's going to propel us on to the next level.
Oh, copy that. Well, buddy, we are glad that you are ready, and yes, you are ready. We have seen it every single week. You have been determined. You've had some bad races early in the season, but you have still been able to stay determined despite that, stay consistent and win 2 races this far. I definitely look forward to seeing you back again next week for New Hampshire. No banking bumpy as well, but it will be an amazing one for the final race of the regular season before the chase begins. But if I know, before I let you go.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Travis and Ken Ladd and Brian Wasserman. Again, those guys are amazing. I know I say it every week, but those guys really are the best teammates someone could have. And just thanks again to you guys for putting this on. I know this week it was a little rough, with all the cautions, but I appreciate it.
Well, better congratulations on you taking over the points lead, also having your second win this season. We look forward to seeing you and your team back again for the final race of the regular season at New Hampshire. Have a good night and go celebrate.
Thank you very much.
And that was tonight's race winner, Hunter McDaniel, once again winning tonight's race. Second win for him this season, taking over the points lead and also leading 20 laps. But right behind him is the not-so-lucky driver from last week, 81 of Travis Pryor, finishing second tonight from 12th place, gaining 10 spots overall. Good to come up there, Travis.
Yes, I do. How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh man, that's a win in my book. I was kind of nervous coming into this race, so I'm ecstatic with this finishing order.
Oh, copy that, man. You made us proud tonight as usual, and made Pat T proud in the chat. I'm pretty sure Jay Pryor is going to be very proud of you as well after what you've done here tonight. Most importantly, surviving tonight's race and being able to finish and give the leaders and pretty much everybody in every single position you were a run for their money. Well, tell us about your race tonight, man, because that track was bumpy. It wasn't anybody's friend. Tonight wasn't about racing. It was about survival. How were you able to survive and not get claimed like everybody else?
I mean, a lot of it I feel like was just luck in my position for the night. I had a lot of close calls, a lot of wrecks happening right in front of me, right next to me, and I was able to squeeze through at the last second. So I feel like a lot of luck was definitely in some of that, but just getting to understand the track and how your car is going to run and how you're not going to pit every 6-7 laps. So we knew we'd probably going to be a little tight coming off, but towards the longer run we would get tight, but in the beginning of the run we were loose, so just being able to understand, we're going to be tight, maybe take it in a little bit easier, come out a little bit harder, lower, so we don't scrape that wall. The outside wall out of 2 was a big victim for a lot of people, so that was my game plan, and I was able to get up here with Hunter and Brian Wasserman, and we were able to seal this thing up pretty good.
Oh, absolutely, and man, we want to congratulate you once again on that. You did an amazing job tonight. You led a couple of laps. Let's see specifically. Tonight you did lead 15 laps. We do want to congratulate you on that. That was a very nice thing on your part. And Travis, I know you have had a very rough season this season, but it's been nice seeing you propel despite you having bad races like this. It didn't keep you down. It gave you a reason to spank these guys even more week after week. And with that said, do you think you've done enough this far this season to be ready for the race, for the chase?
Yeah, I definitely think I've done enough to prove to myself I can get up here and compete get good finishes, and just like tonight, I was close to getting a win, so I know I can get one. Just gotta keep my confidence up, like you were saying. I just gotta know what I'm getting into when I'm coming in the race, and I feel like that's the biggest gain I can get. All the practice you take, and but I definitely feel like when it comes towards chase time, I'll definitely be there. Hopefully, if I'm Rick Daniel, Brian Wasserman, and Ken Lye to be up there to fight for this championship.
Well, but I congratulate you once again on your success this season, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for the final race of the regular season at New Hampshire Speedway, a driver's track, and you are a driver who knows how to get the job done, so that should not be nothing to worry about for you, and you won't lose any sleep over it. But before I let you go, any final words?
Yeah, I'd like to thank y'all. Y'all do a great job broadcasting these racing. Y'all do a great job keeping the excitement up with good questions, and just great broadcasting overall. Extreme Motorsports, still doing a great job with this league. And the Maverick Motorsports, like I said, you can't have any better teammates out there, so I can't thank them enough. Thank Pat T and my Uncle Jay for staying there with me. So I just want to get back here next week and see what we can do.
Congratulations once again, buddy, tonight on your success and this season so far. And I look forward to seeing you again next week in New Hampshire. And Pat T, congratulate you as well.
Thank you. Have a good one.
And that was the 81 of Travis Pratt tonight's second place finisher. But right behind him is a driver who took a vacation but still did not lose it, did not have any rust whatsoever, and spanked these boys, finishing in third place, making a last-minute pass off the exit of 4, coming to checkered flag. Garrett Robinson, get a clap there, buddy.
Yes, sir, I got you.
How you doing tonight?
Good, how are y'all?
Oh, doing good too, man. Couldn't be better. You guys did a heck of a put on a heck of a show out there. It was all a driver's track tonight. It was all about survival tonight, and you definitely did do that. We saw you have some bad luck early on, but you're still able to propel despite that. Tell us about your experience tonight.
It was a tough track to beat. I felt like I had something to run with Hunter and Travis and all of them. I thought I was going to be able to get back up there and maybe win it, but I don't guess I had enough to get up there.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. Well, it was amazing seeing you battle these guys side by side, and tonight you did lead the most laps, leading 36 laps. That is very, very impressive. And Garrett, you're having an amazing driver this season. You have one win on your belt so far. Do you think there are any changes you need to make before going to the chase?
No, sir. I just want to thank Austin, Craig, and he was my spotter tonight. I want to thank y'all for broadcasting and Extreme Motorsports 99 for putting this on.
Well, Garrett, you have earned your podium finish tonight. Go celebrate. You had the fastest practice time, third place qualifying, and finished third towards the end of the race. So look forward to seeing you again next week at New Hampshire. Hopefully you have your second win right before the chase begins. So go celebrate, buddy, and congratulations once again.
All right, thanks. Thank you, guys.
And that was the 97 of Garrett Robinson, but right behind him is a 25 of Timothy McBrayer, most determined driver tonight. Most determined. Get a cup there, Tim.
Hey, how you doing, Sean?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I survived it.
Oh, yes, you did survive it, and man, it was amazing seeing you stay out on the track despite your machine being beat up in almost every single way possible. Tell us about your experience tonight, besides the beating and banging.
Man, they was beating and banging on me every side, front and back. I kept it up there, though.
Absolutely, you did keep it up there. It was nice seeing you racing these guys in every position possible and trying your best to get as many laps back as you could. You definitely did do that tonight. And man, we're racing in New Hampshire next week, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Do you think you have any changes you need to make to be able to better your chances?
Yeah, we're going to have some practice on New Hampshire. New Hampshire's a flat track. And that's going to be a rough one. I have to practice for that one.
Oh, absolutely.
I practiced for this one here about 200 and something laps, but what happened first off, I got hit 3 laps down to start with, and chaos from there. I just had to survive from there.
Yep, it was amazing seeing you try to battle this track. Yep, you did get involved in a lot of incidents out there, and you were a very, very fast driver regardless of that. And Timothy, what kept your head high tonight? I mean, being 6 laps down is very discouraging. Most drivers disconnect from the server, but you were still out there running. What kept you alive? What kept you determined?
Well, I knew we had 25 or 30 laps to go. I knew there was some of them was off track, and I said, if I can make up 10 or 15 laps, I'll gain 2 or 3 spots. I did. And that's what kept me going, and to survive.
Oh, most definitely, man. That was awesome on your part. I just want to congratulate you on staying in on the track tonight and just pretty much getting as many points as you can right before the chase begins. And any plans for the chase?
I'm just lucky to be where I was at today. Take it there or not. We'll see. We got what, 2 more races to go. Okay, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One more race next week at New Hampshire. No banking and very bumpy too.
Oh yeah, ain't no banking, that's for sure. I know that track very well. It'd be nice to be in the chase, but I don't think I'm gonna make it this year. I'm trying. I think next year is gonna be my better chance. I do practice a lot, and I've got my other thing I do too, farming, and Dave can tell you about that. I'm pretty well tied up with it, but I'm getting as many laps in as I can as practice. I'm looking forward to next.
Oh, copy. Now that actually gives us something to look forward to there, Tim. Hopefully you can have your first win of the season. You are an amazing driver. You know how to get the job done, which is very, very good to see when you're battling these guys in every single position possible. You could be battling for the top 5, top 10, top 3, or even the lead. You still give these guys a run for their money week after week, which is very, very good to see coming from you. And you have come a long way this season as well. You used to be a rear pack runner, but you have advanced to mid pack and front runner here in these races. So it has been very, very nice to see you grow. But if anywhere, before you go.
Well, I've took some corners to lay back. I lay back as far as I can without getting out in touch with the front runners, but lay back, man, got to miss them wrecks. Them wrecks is what. I was in several of them tonight, but I tell you, I dodged a lot of them too. And I didn't cause not nary wreck tonight. I think I'm lucky on that part. And I think that you and Dave, y'all do a great job on broadcasting. Dave, a good friend of mine, and y'all do a good job. John, and Extreme Motorsports, I want to thank him. Dick Donaldson for keeping me going. He's the one that told me to keep on going. I'd have been gone a long time ago if that bit, but they kept me going, told me no, don't quit. That's what kept my determination up. Try to show them I can do it. And myself.
Oh, most definitely, man. It has been nice once again seeing you grow. You are a very determined driver. And yeah, we talked to you tonight. You were very determined tonight, and that goes unnoticed up here in the booth and for the viewers out there. And we are glad that you were able to stay here, and your determination did skyrocket. It went nothing but higher, and it will get nothing but higher with every upcoming race. Oh, buddy, we look forward to seeing you again next week's race, and also congratulate you tonight on your amazing race.
All right, Sean, I appreciate it, Dave. Y'all look at my channel I got going for Farming Legend. Some of the Farming Legend. Y'all watch mine there and see what you think about mine. And I'll catch y'all later, okay?
Oh, absolutely, buddy. We'll definitely check it out. And thank you for coming up to talk to us.
Okay, good night, Dave. We'll see y'all next week.
And that was 25 of Timothy McBrayer, finishing in 21st place, spot 6th. Most determined driver tonight. That definitely does go unnoticed. A very, very amazing driver. Kept a low profile in the beginning of the season, but has definitely pulled through all race long. All drivers, most drivers, I should say, all drivers have really grown this season. It's been very nice to see that with the new Pro KNN series. It was an amazing race. It was all about survival tonight, and the track claimed a lot of machines out there, but it was very nice to see a lot of drivers pull through that and finish on the lead lap. And despite them being a lap down or more than a lap down, they were still all determined and still going out there trying their best to battle for position to get the most points possible, because every point matters for the upcoming chase after next week. Next week's race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the United 70 will be the final race of the regular season before the chase begins. So things are really getting very heated. I also want to commend everybody on thank everybody for coming out here and watching us on the Dre Broadcasting Network week after week. Any thoughts there, Dave?
Yeah, just a great race. These guys gave it their all. It's a tough track, but it happens. They just need to put their car in the hauler and get ready for next week.
Oh, absolutely. That practice is going to pay off, just like Timothy McBrayer had touched on. A very non-banking track. It doesn't have any banking whatsoever. It's very flat, which makes things very interesting, which means they have to take the turns at a very slow rate and have to be careful with the racing grooves, because that tire will definitely kick in due to a lot of tire scrubbing with the no banking. But it's going to make things very interesting. That's going to be the United 70 once again. United 70 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. But tomorrow night, we're going to be having the Extreme Motorsports 99 Truck Series for the Samson Motorsports 65 at Pocono Raceway. That is Pocono Raceway for 65 laps. It will be an amazing race with a Truck Series as well. They'll be having two more races as well. Two more races before the chase begins. So it's going to be very heated as the drivers try their best to take on the current defending champion and last season's champion, the 6th of Tom Wetmore. I also want to congratulate every single driver tonight for doing an amazing job. Despite the track being very tough, they still were determined to get the job done regardless. It definitely did show in their performance tonight. I also want to thank every viewer once again out there in the chat for supporting the Dre Broadcasting Network. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you get notified every single time we go live, because we are live 6 nights a week, and you guys are kept entertained or fed almost every single day of the week. And that's Dre Broadcasting Network. And also want to thank Extreme Motorsport 99 for having the Dre Broadcasting on board. I am Sean Zulu and Dave Everly, and we look forward to seeing you again next race, and have a good night. Thanks for watching.